Hi Cancer, it's Jenny here with your January Tarot Horoscope for the new year. So Happy New Year. I'm just going to be pulling a single card from my Salvador Dali Tarot deck to see what is coming up for you this January. So the first 2/3 of the month is going to be the remainder of Capricorn season. And then we're going to be rolling over into Aquarius. So we'll have an energy shift towards the end of the month. And let's just see what cards coming up for you today, Cancer. Try to not throw everything on. Whoop! There you go. There's one. Pop right out there. Okay, Cancer. This is what we got. We have the Empress. So here's what she looks like. So we have this woman here, and she's standing on this bluff. Behind her is this ocean and then coast behind. And she's got this little scepter and an orb as well, and this kind of starry crown around her. Big sky there, lots of blues. So we pulled the Empress, Major Arcana. Let us see what we've got for you. Okay. The Empress, your own true nature. The Empress represents the many empresses and queens of yesteryear and today. She is also the great goddess of ancient history, the threefold godhead of Christianity and other religions, the mothers of gods such as Isis and Mary, and last but not least, the goddesses of love and fertility like Astarte, Aphrodite, and Venus. The card is a mirror of your own femininity, or of the female qualities in a man, reflecting your personal experiences as a mother and or with other women, as a woman and or with other women, the heritage of your mother, your grandmothers, and your foremothers. The Empress has the face of Gala Dali. Much has been written about the degree to which Gala dominated Dali, but this card goes way beyond any biographical anecdotes. The expansive, open-ended background locates the central figure, taken from a picture by Delacroix, within a vast realm in front of a sea of possibilities. The imperial orb in her left hand symbolizes fertility, as well as the globe, and thus represents the challenge to claim this vast land for oneself and to take command of it. The lily scepter in her right hand is an early symbol of fertility and virility. White stars dancing around the head of the figure elevate her above the blue water and the grayish mountains. This card is all about living a fruitful, flourishing, and star-studded life. Women as well as men are encouraged to become rulers of their own destiny and to take responsibility for their own well-being and fortune. Practical advice. In order to be happy and feel good, it is important to create your own realm and to establish and follow rules that underpin your well-being and the pleasure you experience. Take charge of your daily well-being. Ban false goddesses and foreign empresses from your life. Okay, Cancer, you kind of drew the Queen card. I mean, Empress, but the nobody can tell you what to do in your own realm kind of thing. So this is it's an interesting card in this case as well, because it has this sense of being the sovereign empress of your own realm, but in this card it's kind of like unclaimed at this point. It's like it's not a well-established realm. You're coming to a new place of yourself and a new understanding of yourself that you haven't spent a lot of time in yet, and you are going to need to put in the work to claim it as your own, to really inhabit it and own your rulership of this aspect of yourself or this area of your life that at the moment is expansive and full of possibility because it hasn't really been tamed or claimed or inhabited yet. So it's like this border of there's the land that you're really used to, maybe your castle, your fortress there, your family, your friends, and then you've stepped out at the beginning of this year to an edge of your border and you've looked at this whole new area that is also part of yourself because you've grown and changed over the last year, and this is a new area to get to know and to own, so that when you come here into this new realm of your being, that it responds to you as the rightful kind of ruler and empress here. So what this realm might look like is likely more of these feminine energies. And of course, feminine, masculine in this case is not talking about gender or sex. It's the concepts of yin, the receptive, and the involuted and those kind of feminine energies, and perhaps more emotional, or we may be looking at literal females in your life as well. So heritages of your mother and your matrilineal line, and the heritage of your ancestors contains both the positive and the negative. So strengths and wealth and care and love and talents that you've received from your mother and foremothers, but also any sort of traumas or debts or bad behavior or health complications and genetics. Those are also part of your ancestry and part of your heritage. So this realm that you may be claiming it might be super fertile. It might be like a really rich aspect of your femininity that you haven't experienced before. And this is going to be a great place to plant new visions, plant art, welcome people into this area of your life that they maybe haven't seen before once it's really claimed as your own. Or it might be really rocky. It might be really treacherous. And it might be this sort of like, oh, I don't really want to go here. This isn't fun, but it's mine. And I am the ruler here, and I need to kind of own this just as much as I own the pleasant fields and fortresses. So there's this sort of this practical and taking of responsibility that we've mentioned as well. Become ruler of your own destiny and take responsibility for your own well-being and fortune. And that means not just rejecting that which doesn't look good for you right now, that doesn't look easy or comfortable, and saying, oh, I want something else here. It's like, well, then make it something else. If you're not happy with the way that land looks, turn it into something different. Do the work to heal things. Take things and wealth from the areas of strength that you're confident in and transport it into this new area that you're a little bit uncertain of. So as your nature, there's something to work with that's already innately there that you can't, especially when we're talking about what's gifted to us from our ancestors. You just got to take it. Like, you don't get to say that I didn't want it to be this way. Like, well, this is what you have. So if you want to change it, and then that's also thinking about the heritage and legacy as you and your feminine aspect, you as a female or otherwise. If you are going to have your own legacy too, whether you have children or not, there's still the ripple effects of your life, and so you will be eventually gifting this land, this part of your nature, into some sort of progeny as well, and that they're going to be receiving it the way you've given it to them, just the way you are receiving from your heritage and ancestry, the way they left it. So if you want to kind of give a hand to whoever is going to receive your bounty in the future, you're going to want to do your work to give them a good gift. And if you're not able to deal with that and it just kind of stays rugged and difficult, then that's okay. Maybe another empress down the line is going to have the strength and the ability to turn that into something different, or to appreciate it for the rugged and difficulty that it is. So there isn't like a guilt debt on receiving this part of your nature. You can leave it as is. You can work with it. Try not to despair either way, because we are just a point in the process of all of this sort of feminine energy. So that's a lot of talk there. So bringing this into the astrology component for the first 2/3 of January is Capricorn season. And this is great because Capricorn is a great pairing with this Empress card. Capricorn is the sign of the father figure and the provider, but also it is an earth sign, so it's still feminine. So there's another archetype that is in Capricorn, which is like the grandmother archetype, the elder, the feminine elder, who has been around the block a few times. Her realm is vast and she knows it very well. So if we're trying to bring in that kind of grandmotherly, wise, leader, elder energy into the other component of Capricorn, which is goal setting and working hard and manifesting, it's this sort of sense of working towards mastery and working towards eldership in tangible, practical ways. So this might be holding a vision of you as a very wise elder sage empress of your land, and seeing what steps do I need to take to create myself to be that way. What are the steps that I need to take, tangible goals to transform this land into what I want it to be? Or it might also be, I could use some help. I could use some eldership wisdom to say, this is what I'm working with, and these are the experiences I'm having right now, talking to, if you have trusted females. It doesn't have to be females, but just working with the Capricorn elder grandmother energy, that if you've got access to and relationships with feminine elders, then that is a kind of a good way to help with these seed planting and transferring of that land. Because one of the things that eldership grants you, if you've made it that far, is patience, because you've seen the scope of time and you've seen how long things can take, and how in days, months, even years, it can look like nothing's really happened. And it's only in looking back over all of those seasons that you see the shape of it. And so if you're in the thick of it trying to manifest your goals, and it's hard for you to really trust in that process, it is good to have that wisdom and have that reassurance from an elder in your life that it's okay that it may take a long time, and it might not seem like anything's happening right now. Capricorn season is, at least in the northern hemisphere, is the dead of winter. And this is the time where new things are gestating in the earth and hibernating and ready to come out in the spring. So, but it doesn't look like much is happening. The ground looks like it's all dead, and it seems like, well, there's just nothing. But the work is happening underground, and so if you can kind of apply that to your life and say, like, the work can go on. You can have these goals and these tasks, and you just might not see anything for quite a while, because it's all happening at the base level. It's all about foundations and budding new things, and not the big fancy growth yet. And so if it looks like you've shown up into this new realm of your being and it just seems like, man, where do I start? And nothing seems like it's happening, that's okay. It's happening underground. And if you keep working at it diligently, and again, with that kind of council of eldership there, then that spring will come. And in fact, you might even get a bit of a boost of growth towards the end of the month when we roll into Aquarius season. So Aquarius season is the big inspiration, the innovation, and the big leap forward is a lot of energy of Aquarius. And so after Capricorn season, you're like working. When you roll to Aquarius, it can be like, and results all of a sudden, or, a whole new inspiration, and I can take a different track. And I wasn't able to see how I could access this new idea back at the beginning. I had to go through all of these steps first, have my eureka moment, and now I suddenly have this ability to kind of go in multiple different directions, and I can keep going the path I was on, but I've got more options now. So there's this liberation and this sense of expansion that the world is bigger and bigger than I thought. And so in this case, your realm, you may find that you think like, that there's actually a lot more to this kind of internal nature and experience than you really even thought imaginable. And that there's just more expansion in space there towards the end of the month. So that's going to be really exciting. This is a major arcana card, and so major arcana cards are often like longer term energy or bigger collective energy. And so this isn't necessarily a just like today and tomorrow kind of thing. This may also be looking into your whole year. So this may be for January, but like this theme of really working in and claiming your realm and being a sovereign ruler of it is probably going to be like a pretty big theme for the rest of the year as well. So that'll be, again, a reminder of patience, so you don't have to deal with all of this in 1 month. And if you don't necessarily feel once Aquarius season comes that like that leap means that you've fixed everything all of a sudden, like that's fine. These are big energies. And also there may be lots of other people doing kind of similar work too. So reminder of you're the sovereign and the empress of your realm, and other people can't tell you what to do in it. Same goes for you though. Just because you're the empress in yours doesn't mean you're the empress in other people's. So if you look over the fence and say, what are they doing? And I don't know if I would do that. That's fine. Let them do their thing. You stay to your realm. And you don't need to expand past your borders and past where you have power and responsibility. So, but that's also a plus side, is that you are responsible for your realm. You're not responsible for other people. So if other people are trying to dump on you the work that they kind of like to pass the buck, you can also say, nope, I've got enough in my land. Thank you very much. I'm not responsible for that. Whether you choose to help or not is up to you, but it's not your burden to bear. So I think that's all I'm going to say here. So that's lots to take away, Cancer. You've got a big month ahead of you. And yeah, best of luck. I hope everything goes for you the best, Cancer.